Welcome, dear students. My name is Kapu Sravanti, lecturer in ECE, Government Polytechnic for Women, Warangal, Telangana. Today, the topic of my presentation is Unit 4, that is Working Principle and Use of CRO. In the previous lectures, you have learnt about working of RF signal generator, specifications of RF signal generator, important applications of RF signal generators, importance of shielding in RF generators, working of audio frequency power meter, and applications of power meters. In the today's class, the focus of my presentation is block diagram of general purpose CRO and function of each block. On the completion of this topic, you would be able to know what is a CRO and its importance, working principle of CRO, various blocks of CRO, and function of each block. First of all, what is a CRO? CRO stands for cathode ray oscilloscope. A cathode ray oscilloscope in short form is called CRO or simply oscilloscope. Previously, this oscilloscope is called as oscillograph or simply called as oscope. CRO, it's a basic tool of an electronic engineer and technician, as voltmeter, ammeter and wattmeter are those of an electrical engineer or electrician. The CRO provides a two-dimensional visual display of the signal wave shape on a screen, thereby allowing an electronic engineer to see the signal in various parts of the circuit. It in effect gives the electronic engineer an eye to see what is happening inside the circuit itself. It is only by seeing the signal waveforms that he or she can correct errors, understand mistakes in the circuit design, and thus make suitable adjustments. Hence, CRO is an eye to the electronic engineer. And the second point, CRO displays voltage as function of time. CRO is very useful and versatile instrument for display and measurement analysis of waveforms of electrical and electronic circuits. CRO is in fact very fast XY plotter to plot an input signal versus time or another signal. You can see in the figure, it is a x-axis and x-axis as time and y-axis as another signal. You can take like this, and the stylus of this plotter is a luminous spot which moves over the display area in response to an input voltage. You can see in the figure the luminous spot is there, that is in blue green color, that is you can see on the graph oscilloscope screen. The luminous spot is produced by a beam of electrons striking the phosphor coating of the screen, making it to emit light, usually of green or blue. The electron beams are called cathode rays because they are emitted by the cathode. This gives the oscilloscope its full name, cathode ray oscilloscope. Now coming to the second topic, that is importance of CRO. CRO is like a voltmeter with the valuable extra function of showing how the voltage varies with the time. You can see in the figure, that is x-axis as time and y-axis as voltage, and here you can see the sinusoidal continuous cycle, that is amplitude and time period and peak to peak voltage are represented here. Here the peak to peak voltage is nothing but maximum positive and negative peaks, and amplitude, that is the height of the waveform, that is the height of the vertical line, and time period is nothing but it is a time taken to complete one full cycle, that is one complete positive and negative cycle. One can find out many things out of this graph on the screen. You can determine the time and voltage values of a signal, and from this graph, if you find the time, that is you can calculate the frequency of an oscillating signal, because the time is, that is inversely frequency is inversely proportional to the time period, f equal to 1 by t. Hence you can calculate the frequency also. You can tell if a multifunctioning component is distorting the signal, that is nothing but the CRO can be used to test the component also. If you want to test the component, that means if the component is malfunctioning, that is it can show the distorted signal. Hence that can be used as whether the component is working or correctly working or not. You can, and also by using this graph you can find out how much of a signal is DC, that is nothing but a direct current, or how much of a signal is AC. You can tell how much of noise is present in the signal and whether the noise is changing with the time. Now coming to the principle. In an oscilloscope, the electrons are emitted from cathode, accelerated to a high velocity and brought to focus on a fluorescent screen. The screen produces a visible spot where the electron beam strikes. By deflecting the electron beam over the screen in response to the electrical signal, the electrons can be made to act as an electrical pencil of light, which produces a spot of light wherever it strikes. An oscilloscope obtains its remarkable properties as a measuring instrument from the fact that it uses an indicating needle, that is a beam of electrons. A CRO contains a cathode ray tube and necessary power equipment to make it to operate. Now coming to the major part, that is a block diagram of cathode ray oscilloscope. You can see the figure. The major subsystem involved in the, that is cathode ray oscilloscope, is vertical amplifier, delay line, trigger circuit, time based generator, horizontal amplifier, and CRT, and deflection system. The deflection system is divided into two types: vertical deflection plates and horizontal deflection plates. You can see in the figure, and there is a power supply is there, that power supply is HV power supply and LV supply. You can see the figure here. The input signal is given to the vertical amplifier. The vertical amplifier amplifies the signal, that is you can see, that means that is given to the delay line, and vertical section there is a delay, and the amplified input signal is given to the trigger circuit, and there two time based generator and time based generator to horizontal amplifier, and horizontal amplified signal is given to the HDP, that is horizontal deflection plates. Now there is the main heart of this CRO is cathode ray tube. Coming to the CRT, that is a cathode ray tube, you can see here there is a flat display, that is screen is there, and inside there is this is the internal structure of CRT. You can see in CRT, that is the pins are there. Here there is a heater filament, and next cathode, control grid, and accelerating anode, and focusing anode, and pre-accelerating anodes, and electron gun is there. That is electron gun, it is a pickup of, that is arrangement of cathode, control grid, and focusing, nothing but accelerating anode and focusing anode. And there from there is a screen is there, that is aqueduct coating. You can see in the figure here also aqueduct coating, and vertical deflection plates, and horizontal deflection plates, and the screen is made up with the phosphor material. You can see now here also you can see there is a internal circuit diagram of CRT. CRT, it is the heart of CRO. It generates a electron beam, and accelerates the beam to a high velocity, deflects the beam vertically and horizontally to trace the image of the input signal on the screen. The screen is inside, it is coated with the phosphor material, so that the trace of the electron beam eventually becomes visible. That means so this CRO, it is a heart of the heart of CRO is the CRT, and it produces a visual pattern on the screen. Basically it is a vacuum tube, you can see in the figure, and it is a vacuum tube of special geometrical shape and converts electrical signals into visual one. A CRT makes available plenty of electrons. These electrons are accelerated to a high velocity, and are brought to focus on a fluorescent screen. The electron beam produces a spot of light wherever it strikes. The electron beam is deflected on its journey in response to the electrical signal under study. The result is that the electrical signal waveform is displayed visually. Now coming to the power supply section, you can see the power supply, that is a HV supply, and LV supply is there. HV supply, that is the high voltage power supply, that is given to the CRT, and LV supply, that is given to the filament of the CRT, it is the heater element, and the remaining circuits of the CRT. You can see now power supply unit provides high voltages and low voltages for various parts of the CRO. For accelerating the electron beam, high voltage in the order of a few thousands of volts are required by CRT. That means There are two sections of power supply blocks. The HV supply, that is a order of, that is 1000 to 1500 volts are required by CRT, and the low voltage, that is the heater of the electron gun requires low voltage, and that is of order of hundreds of voltages, and that is a positive voltage, and that is required by the uh, remaining parts of the CRT. That means the low voltage is required to heat the electron gun which emits the electrons. This low voltage is a positive voltage of the order of few hundred volts. Now coming to the vertical amplifier section. Vertical amplifier is the principal factor in determining the sensitivity and bandwidth of an oscilloscope. That means the main purpose of the vertical amplifier is to amplify the incoming signal, that means the attenuated input signal, and which is it decides the sensitivity and bandwidth of the oscilloscope. An amplifier, that means the vertical amplifier amplifies the input signal, and the signal whose waveform is to be analyzed is given to the vertical inputs of the CRO. The gain of the vertical amplifier can be adjusted such that sufficient drive voltage is obtained at the deflecting plates. You can see in the figure there is an attenuator. The attenuator, it is provided for this purpose, which is calibrated volts per division. The attenuator purpose is, that is to attenuate the, that means the input signal is attenuated to the desired level, and it is calibrated in terms of volts per division. In vertical amplifier internal section there is a push-pull amplifier also there, but here in the figure it is not shown. The output of the push-pull form is applied to the vertical deflecting plates via the delay line. That means the vertical amplifier, internally it consists of attenuator and FET amplifier, and also the push-pull amplifier. FET amplifier is used in the vertical amplifier section. Why? Because of the high input impedance, and push-pull amplifier for the, that is at the output stage. The vertical amplifier, which will the input signal to be viewed, that is fed to the input attenuator, after which follows the vertical amplifier. You can see in the figure, input signal is given to the attenuator. Here the attenuated input signal is given to the vertical amplifier. The attenuator purpose is to allows the oscilloscope to accept the signals as low as few millivolts to as high as hundreds of volts per centimeter reflection. And the vertical amplifier increases the potential of the input signal to a level that will provide usable deflection of the electron beam. Now coming to the delay line. The vertical amplified input signal is given to the delay line. In the vertical section is vertical deflection section, that is you can see the amplified input signal is given to the vertical VDP, nothing but vertical deflection plates via the delay line. Here the vertical deflection plates are, that is mounted horizontally and horizontal deflection plates are mounted vertically. Delay line. The purpose of the delay line is to produce as the name indicates, the delay line, it produces the time delay. The vertical delay line allows the horizontal sweep to start prior to the vertical deflection, so that the entire input waveform can be viewed without losing the initial part of the waveform image. Without the delay line, vertical deflection will be started prior to the horizontal sweep, and the input signal will not be displayed until the horizontal sweep is initiated, which means in the vertical deflection, the vertical section of the CRO, here you can see the delay line is included in there. The amplified input signal, that is, if we give directly to the vertical deflection plates, then what happens means it reaches the input signal, and that means without delay line there is no synchronization. Hence synchronization between the vertical section and the horizontal section. That means it will, that means some part of the signal gets lost. Hence we have to put the delay line. So this delay line makes the circuit, that is to somewhat some delay, that is the purpose. And reasons for the time delay in horizontal section. Horizontal signal is also called the time based signal or sawtooth signal, which deflects the electron beam horizontally, is initiated or triggered by a portion of the vertical output signal which deflects the electron beam vertically. Before triggering the time based circuit, the vertical signal will be shaped as triggering pulse by passing through the signal processing circuits. And the output of the time based signal is fed to the horizontal amplifier and then fed to the horizontal deflection plates. The entire process explained above will take time, that is in the order of 80 nanoseconds. Hence, the delay line provides some time delay. That means to delay the signal for some time in the vertical section. And the delay line is, if it is not used in the circuit, what happens when the delay line is not used, a part of the signal gets lost, thus the input signal is not applied directly to the vertical plates but is delayed by some time using a delay line circuit. That means the signal applied to the, that means the amplified signal applied to the horizontal section passes through the trigger circuit and sweep or time based generator and a horizontal amplifier before it reaches the deflection plates. So it takes some time to reach horizontal plates, that is 80 nanoseconds. The signal in vertical section must be delayed by same amount so that the signals at horizontal and vertical deflection plates arrive at the same time and no part of the signal will be lost. To ensure this delay line is used. Now Coming to the time based generator, the function of this block is to generate the sawtooth signal to deflect the electron beam horizontally at a constant rate relative to time. And a time based generator is also known as a sawtooth generator. That means it produces the sawtooth voltage or sweep voltage. It will be triggered by the triggering pulse provided by the triggering circuit. The trigger circuit provides the triggering pulse. You can see in the figure. The trigger circuit purpose is here to synchronize the horizontal deflection with the vertical deflection, and the trigger circuit converts the incoming signal into the triggering pulses which are used for the synchronization. The time based signal is there, that is the sawtooth signal. During the sweep time, that is T suffix S, here the sweep time that indicates, and during the sweep time electron beam moves horizontally from left to right at a constant rate relative to time. This duration of the time is called sweep time. During the retrace time, that is TR indicates the retrace time, beam moves from right to left. This is called the retrace time. Now coming to the horizontal amplifier section. The horizontal amplifier basically serves two purposes when the oscilloscope is being used in the ordinary mode of the operation to display a signal applied to the vertical input. The horizontal amplifier amplifies the sweep generator output. When the oscilloscope is being used in the XY mode, the signal applied to the horizontal input terminal will be amplified by the horizontal amplifier. Coming to the trigger circuit. This is used to convert the incoming signal into trigger pulses to trigger the time based generator, so that the input signal and the sweep frequency of the time based generator can be synchronized. Trigger circuit may receive an input from one of three sources depending on the setting of this trigger, that is the trigger switch, that is the trigger selector switch, such as it consists of three options. One is external and a line and internal. You can see the figure. The triggering pulse is developed from the signal coming from the external source when the switch is set to the external, from low amplitude AC voltage at line frequency when the switch is set to line, and the triggering pulse, that is from the vertical amplifier when the switch is set to internal. The trigger circuit then processes the input signal and provides a pulse to the sweep generator, ensuring that the sweep output is synchronized with the signal that triggers it. You can see in the figure, that is trigger circuit, that is the trigger switch selector, that is there, switch is there. If we put the switches in external, that means the pulse is coming from the, that is from the external source, and if we put the switches in internal, that is from the vertical amplifier. If the switch is put, that is put in the line mode, that is from the low amplitude AC voltage at line frequency. You know already line frequency is nothing but a 630 volts, a 50 hertz. That is about the trigger switch. The trigger circuit then processes the input signal and provides a pulse to the sweep generator, ensuring that the sweep output is synchronized with the signal that triggers it. Synchronization of the sweep signal with the triggering signal can produce a stable image of the signal waveform on the screen of the CRO. Now, let us summarize all the topics. CRO is a test instrument and it can display the image of the electrical or electronics signal waveforms on the screen. That means CRO is a test instrument and it can display the images of electrical or electronics waveforms on the screen. The main parts of the CRO are CRT, horizontal and vertical deflection circuits. The input to be measured has to be given to the input of the vertical amplifier and finally to the vertical deflection plates. The horizontal section provides linear sweep signal to the horizontal deflection plates. Electron beam will pass through both the horizontal and vertical deflection plates of CRT. Under the influence of both the horizontal and vertical deflection fields, electron beam will be deflected in both the direction. That means horizontal and vertical directions, and produces the image of the input waveform on the screen of the CRO. Now let us discuss about the multiple choice questions just like a quiz. First question, what is a CRO? Options: A. Amplifier, B. Test instrument and C. Antenna. CRO, it is a test instrument, hence the answer is B. And the second question, the signal to be measured by CRO is given at the input of dash: A. Vertical amplifier, B. Horizontal amplifier, C. Power supply. The signal to be measured, that is given to the input of the vertical amplifier, you can see in the figure. That means the correct answer is A. The third question, that is, what is the expected waveform on the screen if the delay line is not used? If the delay line is not used, some part of the signal gets lost. Hence, that is the answer, the correct answer. Options are simple dot, B. missing initial part of input signal, and C. blank. Hence the correct answer is B, that is missing of the initial part of the input signal. And the fourth question, in the CRO, the time-based signal is dash. It is an very important question. It may come in the ESET also. The options are high frequency sinusoidal waveforms and B. low frequency sinusoidal waveform, C. square waveform, D. sawtooth waveform. So, in CRO horizontal section there is a time-based generator. It produces a sawtooth waveform. Hence the answer is D. The fifth question, which of the following is used in the time base of CRO? The previous question, it may come like this also. And the options are voltage sweep, current sweep and square wave and a sine wave. So the correct answer is, that is, the time base provides a sawtooth waveform, that means sweep waveform, that is voltage sweep. Hence the answer is A. And the next question, the maximum input signal frequency which can be applied to a CRO which is limited by dash. A. Input probe capacitance. B. Vertical amplifier. C. Horizontal amplifier. D. Frequency of sync signal. The correct answer is, that is, vertical amplifier. And the seventh question, the nature of calibration signal in a CRO is A. Sawtooth, B. Square, C. Sinusoidal, D. Triangular. We have already discussed the nature of calibrated signal, that is sawtooth waveform, and the answer is A. And the most important question, during the redress time TR, the electrons forming the electron, that is the horizontal beam, that is what happens, that is during the redress time electrons may move. Options are move from left to right on the screen, move from right to left on the screen, move from bottom to top of the screen, and move from top to bottom of screen. The correct answer is, during the retrace time, the electrons move from right to the left on the screen. Hence the answer is B. The next important question, the horizontal amplifier should be designed for what? A. High frequency signals with fast rise time. B. High amplitude signal with a slow rise time. And high amplitude signal with a fast rise time. And D. Low amplitude signal with a fast rise time. The answer is high amplitude signal with the slow rise time. Hence the answer is B. A vertical amplifier for a CRO can be designed for what? A. Only a high gain. B. Only a broad bandwidth. C. A constant gain times bandwidth product. C. All the above. Vertical amplifier for a CRO can be designed for a constant gain times bandwidth product. Hence the answer is C. In a CRT, the focusing anode is located at what? Between pre-accelerating and accelerating anodes, and the option B, after accelerating anode, C, before pre-accelerating anode, and D, none of the above. You can see in the figure, the focusing anode is located between the pre-accelerating and accelerating anodes. Hence the answer is A. In a CRO, time axis is provided by A. Sine wave, B. Triangular wave, C. Exponential wave, D. Sawtooth wave. The time axis is provided by, that means sawtooth wave, that is the time based generator provides the sawtooth waveform. Hence the answer is D. Sawtooth wave. In a CRO, the cathode, the grid, and two anodes constitute dash. A. Focusing system. B. Electron gun. C. CRT. D. CRO. In a CRO, the cathode, grid and two anodes, they constitute electron gun. The electron gun is in CRT. The answer is B, electron gun. That means electron gun has cathode, grid and two anodes are there. You can see in the figure. And the next question, the amplitude of a waveform on CRO is proportional to A, height of the vertical line, B, length of the horizontal line, C, both A and B, D, none of the above. The amplitude of the waveform you can see in the figure, that is, which is a height of the vertical line. Hence the answer is A. The period of the waveform is proportional to dash. A, height of the vertical line, B, length of the horizontal line, C, both A and B, D, none of the above. The period, that is nothing but the time period of the waveform, is proportional to the length of the horizontal line. That means the time taken to complete one full cycle. Hence the answer is the length of the horizontal line. Answer is B. These are the important questions which may come under ESET also. And now coming to the frequently asked questions, explain the importance of a CRO. That is the first question. And most important question, draw the block diagram of a general purpose CRO. It may come for the short answer question also. And it comes under with explanation essay question also. That is, draw the block diagram of general purpose CRO and explain the function of each block. And state the functions of CRT. That is, this may come under short answer question. And I have collected all this matter from the textbooks reference, that is Modern Electronic Instrumentation and Measurement Techniques by Albert D. Helfrich, William David Cooper, which is the Prentice Hall of Publications, and Electrical and Electronic Measurements and Instrumentation by A.K. Sahni and Puneet Sahni, which is Dhanpat Rai and Company. And the most important textbook, that is Electronic Instrumentation by H.S. Kelsey, which is Tata McGrahy publication. I hope this topic, it will give you some knowledge. I hope it will help you somewhat extent. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any queries, feel free to interrupt. My email ID is Sravanthi SRAVANTHI.kapu@gmail.com. Signing off, Sravanthi. Goodbye.